towards the bottom left. Semenov will be getting us underway here. It's the second men's quarterfinal matchup. And it's a great serve from Semenov. We spoke about that jump serve already, causing real problems for the Czech pair, who have beaten Triborn and Trevor Crabb yesterday. That's a big result for the Czech pairing, but also a damaging result for the American pairing, because they're looking to improve results to get into the Olympic qualification, but they could only match what Phil Dalhouser and Niklaus Senna produced, and that wasn't quite enough for them to improve their position. But wins against Mexico for Russia. For the Czech Republic, wins against Austria as well. Semenov will serve. Big rip from Semenov. Czech pairing led by Andrea Tomatis, the former Italian player, now living in the Czech Republic, doing a great job of this team. They're moving the ball around nicely. Semenov brought in short earlier on to affect his approach, and that's just padded to the line from big Semenov. It's looking as if he's matured nicely. Semenov, he's played 2 Olympics with Vyacheslav Klesilnikov, but always seems to baffle me that they only won 1 time on the World Tour as a pairing, and that was in 2014 in Moscow. I always remember watching that match and thinking that they would be the next big thing, and they were such a competitive side, but never really grasped a World Tour and dominated like they could have done. And this is the Czech pairing doing what the Czech pairing do nicely, which is make it difficult for blockers. It's exactly what they do. Breaking off the net. No stability there for Semenov. Standing serve downwind. Again, to the sideline for Semenov. They're going after Semenov, seeing if they can get the ball dropped inside so he loses his height a little bit, but not that time. And Semenov is calm. And in those days with Krasilnikov, they were never too far away from an argument. Looks like he's really leading this team here through his performance. This time into the net. Very quiet in Cancun, isn't it? The weather conditions have really caused a stern test throughout the country quota and the qualification campaign all the way through to today, but today has been maybe the softest of days when it comes to the weather conditions. Perusic. Big aggressive spin serve ace from Andrei Perusic. Schweiner doesn't even turn, he just gives his partner a round of applause. Good toss, great feet, good arm. Semenov getting the lion's share of the service pressure. Good straight approach, straight up, hangs it back angle. Perusic and Schweiner, well, they did a great job over Guto and Avandro in that game last month in Doha. Oh, there's a collision through the net. Points gone to the team in red. Semenov didn't look too happy about it, did he? On the way through, Perusic and Schweiner defeated Dalhouser and Senna in the semi-finals, but also a win against Qatar, a win against Chile, and also Alisson and Alvaro Filo. So good route to the finals, and Semenov is all over that one as well. But this week, it's not been quite as easy for Perusic Schweiner. They haven't gone undefeated. They lost to Austria in the opening day. Opening pool match, actually. Hands good from Semenov. He started this game really well. Really, really well. That's calm from Perusic as well. Just seeing the big block of Semenov and just reaching over the top of it. This team haven't won since 2018 when they won the Yang Shao 4-star. One of only 2 wins for Russia, or this Russian team, since they've been together. But the future is really bright, and that's why they're sitting in the Olympic places, because they're a consistent team. They've also had a win in 3-star immersion, but that's sloppy from Semenov with his bump setting. He's a bit frustrated with himself there. Cuts a frustrated figure, that's for sure. Change of ends for the second time. Czech team on a good run here, to say the least. And for the team in red, to have had such a traditional battle to the forefront of the game. They've been battling through qualifiers for a long time. Oh, Leshukov. We said he was dynamic, but my word, what a swing that one is. Quick feet from the Russian left-sider. Last 2 steps, pop. See you later. This one could go all the way. Another 2 rounds of quarterfinals. Some big games coming up. Sharif and Ahmed versus Karambula Rossi. Good friends, those 2 teams off the court, but now it is business because Olympic qualification is at place. Remember, Ostrava, the last stop on tour where you can qualify for the Olympic Games. But for Sharif and Ahmed, they're playing well, but Karambula Rossi, any score they get this week improves them. So they're right back in the mix for Olympic qualification. Leshukov, 2 times in a row, has sent the ball to the sand with a crushing thud. Just shows it's about him being dynamic. Every time he jumps, 100% full throttle, all in the arms, great posture in the air. Semenov with the service pressure. Be a difficult game, this one. Tight to the net. And Semenov is shrewd under pressure, isn't he? It's tight, and it's a little bit of a reverse knuckle that... Well, Schweiner looks slightly disappointed about something. He's questioning the referee, wondering what's happening. And then Austria have had a great run through the qualifier to the quarterfinals. They're up a bit later against Samoilovs and Smedins. Now, the goal of Samoilovs and Smedins this week, speaking to Marco Salustri, their coach earlier on in the week, was to make a semi-final to qualify for the games, and they're doing... they could do that today, and that would have been at the first hurdle, which would be a fantastic result for the experienced team. Olympics number 3 for Schmedings after winning a bronze medal at London. Perusic serving next. And 10-10. Feel like this game hasn't quite erupted like we thought it was going to at the start, but there's plenty of time left. Leshukov has really contributed with a couple of big swings. Oh, is that a double touch? It's a lift coming from Schweiner. It's just been in the hands a little bit too low and too long. Perusic is very unhappy. Davide Crescentini is the boss, though. He's the man in charge, and, well, no point in crying over spilt milk if your Perusic is gone. And the technical timeout has come around in Cancun on a carry. But Russia, well, we spoke about Semenov spin serving, and we also talked about how dynamic Leshukov would be, but really have played well so far. There's a team on your picture full of confidence after that win in Doha. well. Post technical business end of the set. Back set from Perusic to Schweiner. Leshukov looks animated. 2-point game to Russia here. They've constantly performed on the World Tour. Top 10 finish in Doha. Also in the World Tour finals in Rome. Moscow 4-star the same. They had a better performance at the European Championships in Moscow that year as well. The 5th in Espino. And also The Hague. That was a good performance from them. Taking a medal, taking a 3rd in the Warsaw as well. So they're always around Semenov, Leshukov. Powerful squad of heavy hitters in the Russian ranks at the moment. Leshukov with the knuckle to the line. Great work from Perusic. Leshukov full throttle here, isn't he? He's living every single moment of this one. Women's semi-finals also going off in Cancun today. The players' hotel rooms overlooking the court, so there will be a crowd, that's for certain. Chase is on, but that's long. Leshukov sat in the right spot there in the line, and a good line off the arm swing of the spiker. To place 3 here. The end advantage is still with the team in red, and they've made the most of it once more. A big spin serve. Absolutely. It's too hot to handle for the receiving team. It's deep, it's moving fast, it's dipping quickly as well. Leshukov is celebrating absolutely every small victory. 14-13, very quiet Cancun. It's past 2 o'clock local time, still very warm. It's been muggy the whole week. Players have been exhausted throughout. This time from the sideline to the middle, moving the block and the defense around while watching through the net all the time. That's why they've been successful in 4-star events. They never allow you to get comfortable out there. Concentration now for Russia. They have the slight advantage at the good end and also siding out. Great positioning from Perusic, having a wonderful game back there, but you have to take the chances offensively when they arrive. Perusic says my bad, but he also did so much good in the rally, making the dig in the first place. Low, stable, tracking everything. Semenov back into bat, service from him. Time to put his foot down. Off the net, Perusic. Gutsy swing. Right through the seam of the court. Defender, blocker taking the more extreme angles, leaving the middle a little bit more open, and Perusic will make the most of that. Semenov from the middle, lines the call, but sitting around defensively. Perusic once more, 2-ball. Angles are opened up, so the 2-ball becomes a lot easier to run when the ball's on a longer angle. Leshukov was ready for that one and just slotted it away. Smart team. Semenov, Leshukov. You have to give credit to Semenov. It looked as if he was maybe going to fall by the World Tour wayside after splitting up with Krasilnikov. Krasilnikov teamed up with Liamin. And that didn't last too long before he teamed up with Stoyanovsky. But this team are doing really well. Slightly wide for Semenov. Good again from the Czech pair. 16 all in the opener. This time Torling is tight and changed the angle in the swing. It's just meant it's deflected off the outside hand and out of bounds. So much calmer nowadays, Konstantin Semenov. A very, very good beach volleyball player. Well, passes off the net. It's not an advantageous position for the Czech Republic, but they have made the most of it. The joust is on, and it works for the smaller player, pushing up against the hands there. On two. Again, just moving the blocker. It's a 2-ball for a 2-ball, but it's a great watch. Konstantin Semenov, at a key time, has made the read of the game there. 2-ball from Russia. He could have easily have ball watched, but he sees the approach and he gets in the way of it. Great job from Semenov, having a great game. And Russia have the lead here, but the Czech team have the good end, this time off of Semenov's hands. Just like the Beach Volley Vikings, that, well, Perusic, Schweiner have the ability to keep calm and keep a lid on their emotions when they need to the most. Bump set on the right side, going for the toughest angle possibly available to him. Semenov into the net this time, lost all his height, and with the change of ends, the advantage has gone the way of the team in red. This one keeps swinging one way and then another. We're in for an absolute treat here in the men's second quarter final. What a game. Well, it seemed as if Russia had done all the hard work in the opening phases of this set, but it's turned. Errors, spiking errors from Russia. A couple of good plays from the Czech Republic of giving them the serve at the better end, and they can really attack it here. It's a float serve this time, but it's a good one. Semenov this time choosing to go with the back set to keep the ball in the hitting window, and he just trickles it to the line. It's a good play. It was a good timeout actually from Russia. You have to give them credit, because what's happened is maybe 10%, 20% of the serve has been taken off pace-wise from Czech Republic, and it's given them a chance to side out. And at this level, it's all about small victories, and that's certainly one of them. Passing and setting good from Perusic. Schweiner. Tomatis in the background cheering his team on. Good read from Leshukov, but 6s and 7s back there. Set point, Perusic Schweiner. Team that won in Doha a month ago. And it finishes with an ace from Perusic. Wow. What a way to end the opener here in the men's quarterfinal. They've done it, well, from behind at the end of the set. And that's the sign of a team that are playing with confidence. Going for the serves at crunch time. You have to risk a little bit to be well rewarded. Perusic, Schweiner. Wow. They're at it again, aren't they, ladies and gentlemen? The Caribbean Sea makes the perfect backdrop. No fans here this week, but I mean, what's the next best thing to a great audience? Probably a view like that. Well, if you're Semenov and Leshukov, the Russian number 2 pairing, you have to feel a little bit hard done by. They're right in that game, and they've played some really nice volleyball. Semenov will get us on the way. 2 European silver medals to his name. 2019 in Moscow with Leshukov, where they lost to the Vikings. And Bilbien himself and Krasilnikov. And that partnership went down to Nikolai Lupo. Into a good zone. Chip to the line is a good one. Kicking out. Showing the cross-court angle with the approach. There's a change of serving here. Leshukov sits round on that angle swing and then tries to chase down the line, but not. Perusic and Schweiner, well, they've played in 11 quarterfinals on the World Tour. They've won 5 and lost 6. Leshukov and Semenov, well, they've won 5 and lost 1 in the Elite Final 8 on tour. So you've got to fancy Leshukov and Semenov to have a bit of a comeback as well, haven't you? They're good at this stage of the competition. They've been there, done it, and they've won 5 and lost 1 in quarterfinals. That's some record. Oh, back set City. Now we're heating up. David Schweiner. Timeout for Semenov. Semenov said, hang on a minute, I've had enough. There's no way I'm putting up with a back set in transition from David Schweiner. I don't mind if it's only 5 points gone in the opening set. I don't like it. I've seen enough. Sit me down for a minute. Unbelievable here. Game's changing. Semenov not happy. Well, after one of the earliest timeouts we've seen the entire day here, Semenov just not putting up with the ball coming over on 2 from David Schweiner. The winner of this game will play Mol Sorum in the semi-final. And actually, Perusic and Schweiner have beaten Mol Sorum before, but all the way back in 2017 in the Montpellier 1-star. Times have changed slightly there. It's a 15-13 absolute humdinger in the finals. We're back here, and Semenov seems to have calmed down a little bit. Good on him. Got his knickers slightly in a twist with the transition back set from Schweiner. Oh, 7 touches, maybe. Referee's very kind and only calls 2. Something very uncharacteristic from Andrei Perusic. Mol Sorum have beaten Leshukov and Semenov the 2 times that they've played them as well. Once this week and then also once in Vienna. They won that competition in Vienna 2018. To the line this time. And the first end has come to a close. Russia have taken it, but remember they had the good end, so now they have to try and defend the slightly weaker end. Say slightly weaker end. Better, so maybe for the Czech team they'll take the 3 points. Reverse set. Semenov taking the back set. off of a pass that's off the net is slightly unorthodox, but it doesn't matter because he's 7 foot tall. He can just get up and hammer it away. Short, inside play, back to the line, outrageously good. The tactical thinking behind that, sublime. Moving the blocker, chucking it back with good vision, keeping it low so the vision stays very present. Russian stats guys in the back. Rivo Vesic, part of that coaching team, Estonian legend. Oh, out the back that one goes as well. And that's the issue with being at that end, is you've got to make your serves count. If you're serving into the breeze, it's a catch-22 really, isn't it? You've got to go for your serves, but miss a couple as well. Oh, Semenov out the back. Can't afford him to be too deflated after earlier. Never seen anybody call a timeout at 2-2 because the opposition scored with a back set in transition. So little things in beach volleyball that make you laugh. Wide set. Leshukov is like a jack-in-the-box, isn't he? Passes on an angle, kicks out, drives in really aggressively and just dials it away. Just a little bit on the clock face, 12 to 1 o'clock. Gets a little touch off the inside hand as well. 2 points for Russia. Good start for them. Schweiner outside to in. Good hands from Semenov. It's time to have to go over the top of the 7-foot man mountain. Oh, Leshukov. He's had a fairly quiet game, Ilya Leshukov, but when he has had to do things, he's done them well. Once again, they're showing their worth out there of being a very, very good side. Semenov back in at the net. Chase is on. Good touch. Late press from him. Bump Cuddy, reverse bump Cuddy. And he might just have a little look at David Schweiner here and hey, have a taste of your own medicine. We've got jump setting. We've got 7-foot tall blockers, bump cuddying. Game's gone crazy. Well, the team that won in Doha a month ago, playing with confidence, aren't they? And that's a sign that they're growing in maturity, taking more risks from the baseline. They look more comfortable in these big situations. And Semenov, Leshukov, but they have it all to do. But they're doing it well. Ilya Leshukov serving again. Good pass from the right side. Perusic coming in line. Don't know if the ball just maneuvered outside of the hitting window, caused a turn. Maybe the ball was dropping inside. Maybe he's just trying to turn it late. Who knows? But over rotation to the wrong side of the sideline. Leshukov doing bits from the baseline. Another big spin serve through that corridor into the wind that's proven to be the choice of many teams from that far end on the left of your screen. The wind coming diagonally from the top right to the bottom left of the screen. David Schweiner. He's going to serve and then run in like Speedy Gonzalez. Oh, it's coming on two. He has to be Speedy Gonzalez, but not this time. The two ball, they saw that coming. Tactically, it's smart. Blockers running in. David Schweiner. Played on an angle. Make the blocker move and then beat him. Semenov now firing up. Looks like we're going to three. Ace from Semenov. Well, you say it looks like we're going to three and then something pops up from nowhere and the whole momentum of the game completely changes. Good week for Alice Flügen from Germany, beating Evandro and Bruno Schmidt. They could have... was their first competition back together, but Evandro making the final with Gudo a month ago. Settled for a 17th this week, Evandro. Evandro very similar to what we're seeing from Semenov here. It's not too different with the robust serving from the baseline, and that is really good. The control on the hand here to just turn it back over the top of the blocker is sublime. Shows a lot of cross court there. Baits the defender one way, turns it back the other. It's from the right side, swat from Semenov. Second opportunity. That's Schweiner again, a little bit scrappy with the southpaw, but it doesn't actually matter. They'll take any point they possibly can. It's been a different second set to the opener, isn't it? Semenov does well to watch and really delay his timing of his swat depending on what he's seeing. Blocking is so much about what you see. Now there's so much to see for a blocker because the 2 attacks are coming in, 3 attacks as well. You've got to be on your toes in there, or your eyes have got to be on their toes if that's even a thing. Goes back on the angle from Schweiner. Hands on the hips from Semenov as we go to the technical timeout. Don't know why he looks so unhappy, Semenov, because they got a 5-point lead here. Just frustrated he didn't make another block off the fingertips. He looks at Leshukov to say, "Where are you, mate?" Well, we have another epic game on our hands here in Cancun, don't we? Beach volleyball is back. And after a long time with minimal events due to the pandemic, these events are like buses. They've all come at once. 3 events in 3 weeks. Well, 2.5 weeks. In the hub. Then a short pause. And we're all off to Sochi. And after Sochi, it's the big one. Ostrava. All eyes in Ostrava. Because that's the Olympic qualification cut-off point. If you're outside the top 15, you are not going to the Olympic Games in Ostrava. Still time to do a bit of work. Watching Karen Bula Rossi a little bit later on will be interesting because any result they add this week will go on to their tally. So, in theory, this is a great result of a 5th off the inside hand. Czech team taking Semenov to Tooltown here. And with that, he's becoming frustrated. And what he has to be careful of here is that he doesn't go down a rabbit hole, Semenov, because they still have a 4-point lead, which is quite comfortable. But the Czech team have the good end serving into the breeze. Close. Great joust. And we've spoken about them growing in confidence. Hang on, something's going on here. Semenov's not happy. Leshukov also not happy. Nothing from the referee there. Was there a net touch? It's very close. Didn't look like it. Looked like there was a joust off the outside hand. Really strong outside hand from Schweiner. Point goes their way. Semenov. No, who knows what just happened. He's called back onto the court. Back set. Difficult off the net to track that back set. Good read in the back court. Oh, he's gone high. Potentially something in the timeout that's called for Czech team to go off the hands more of Semenov and start to get off of his hands and maybe into his head as well. From the inside. Semenov better. Breaks this time. They go after Semenov. It has to be perfect to beat him. And it is perfect to beat him. 7-foot Semenov retreating off the net with as much speed as he's possibly got. Beaten by a jumbo. Standing jumbo. Let's have a look if it's a standing jumbo. It's definitely a standing jumbo from David Schweiner. This game's got a bit of everything for us. We're going to see a routine side-out kill here from Leshukov. Yes, we are. He does that really well, doesn't he, Leshukov? Off the ball. Beach volleyball. It's so important what you do off the ball as opposed to what you do on it. Kicks out, drives through on the angle, gets the ball, and just loves dialing it away, doesn't he? Miss serve isn't going to do any Russians any favours here. But they are leading and they are playing really well. Just have to keep their focus. Ace, though, from Perusic. We saw a few in the opener, didn't we? The one on set point was clutch. And he's at it again. Semenov is growing to become more and more frustrated throughout this second set. But Russia have a 2-point lead, and they're going to the good end here. Leshukov has to go and connect with his partner. Serve is onto Leshukov. Back set this time, moving the blocker around and off the top of David Schweiner. Making him move, tooling him off. Leshukov. So quick in his approach. His mechanics are so good as well. 5 will do it for Russia. Looking to draw it back to 1-1 from the middle. Turn back to the line this time from Schweiner. It's how they run their offense, inside. Moving Semenov. But they do need something here. They played some good volleyball in this second set. Czech team, but that's smart once more from Konstantin Semenov. Beating Schweiner for speed. Lines open. Schweiner's late to the net. Well, he's late, but it's also a good pass. Serving downwind. Never as comfortable as serving into the breeze, but Semenov lets one leak, and once again he has to remember he's winning here, Semenov. Just keep his finger on the button. He really does. Perusic. Spin serve, this time downwind. Brings Leshukov in short. Back set. Big, big block from Schweiner. Maybe that's a game changer. Leshukov has run that back set again due to the diagonal wing coming across the court. Keeps that ball in the slot. Has a couple of looks and tries to go to the line, but he's perfectly positioned, Schweiner. Great finish. And press with the hands. 1-point game. Perusic again, downwind, bringing Leshukov, or trying to bring Leshukov in short. Same play again, 2 blocks in a row on Leshukov. That's outrageous cover. He manages to turn, but it's Schweiner again, 3-3 from the Czech blocker. And surely the game has changed. With power, he's beaten. He tries to chip over the top. The change of timing is good. You have to give it to Leshukov. The cover was outrageous, but not as good as that swat. Ouch. Schweiner just stung the house out with that. Another back set due to the conditions, but that's long as well. And Semenov might just blow a gasket here. Arms are going everywhere. He was losing his patience even with a 3-point lead. So now they've just given the initiative away, Russia. Costly, but the body language had gone some time ago, and you don't want to give this team the initiative here. Perusic is back to serve at a key moment of this game. To the inside, kicking out Leshukov. He's off the net. 2 errors in a row, and surely, well, the end is near. They've had a 3-4 point lead throughout this set. It's a familiar story for this team. Get themselves in good positions. But the Czech side have served really, really well. Semenov the target now. Oh, that's one of the better swings we've seen all day from Konstantin Semenov. Maybe a little bit of frustration taken out on that one. Super steep inside the outside hand. Well, Russia, they need some sort of stop here. They need a break. Semenov. Maybe he's got his way back into this game psychologically. Perusic is saying it's all good. 19-all. Race to 21. This game has been enthralling from start to finish. Perusic off the head maybe of Semenov. Semenov once more frustrated. He's a little bit late on that one. And again, all of this confidence that Perusic and Schweiner, they've grown. You've seen them grow. Everyone's seen them grow on the World Tour. Now they have match point to go to a second consecutive Final Four on the World Tour. Here's the opportunity. Perusic from the left side. Stop from Semenov. And he leaves a little lingering stare afterwards as well. Wow. Huge opportunity. The set slightly too tight. Semenov back in the game. In system. Race to 22 for the time being. Leshukov. In. Clips the tape on the way past. And this game, well, takes two to tango here for Russia. Semenov and then Leshukov both delivering crushing blows. And now they have set point to take this to a third. Clutch play out from Russia. No complaints from Schweiner. We are going to a third. Match point moments ago for Perusic and Schweiner from the Czech Republic. But Russia, who were leading the whole way through the set, gave the advantage away back to the Czech Republic. Well, they've just smash and grab stuff, really. We go to be exact for them. There's been a couple that they've missed out on, but well, the third set about to get underway here. Cancun 4-star. First hub of 3. Semenov has started with an absolute rasp. What a dig that one is. Chance to get in. Schweiner is in. Semenov goes deep. And he misses by a whisker. This game is really starting to fire up. Someone's lit a match on it. It's good volleyball. Great serving from Semenov. It's a wonderful chase from Perusic. And it's not too bad from Semenov. It's just a bit unlucky. It's a good mistake to make. Set's really tight. The swing's really good from Leshukov. 1-1. Teams change every 5 points instead of 7 in the fifth. Sorry, in the third. Turn to the angle. Fast play to Leshukov, making the block move, and it's a great tool. It's a really, really nice play from Russia. And I just can't believe they've gone through that real strong patch in set 2, but then they let their lead slip, match point down. Almost just resuscitated the whole match with 2 or 3 quick plays in quick succession. This time it's Leshukov. Woos from the crowd. But again, it's tight, so Schweiner just mops everything up. And now they're back together again, Russia. Shows the line. Just chops it back. Good work with the outside hand from Schweiner. Good work on 2 from Semenov. Ball's drifted perfectly across him to access the line. First end of Russia, but they have, as you can see with the water, all blowing right to left on your screen. It shows where the wind is going. The good end now is held by Czech pairing, and what they'll be wanting to do is side out as quick as possible, win this point off the opposition serve, and then try and serve their way into the lead, into the wind. Well, that's a good start to their plan. Andrea Tomatis has done a good job with this team. They've changed and matured over the past couple of seasons. Twice made the final in Ostrava. But Doha was the first time that they made a 4-star final outside of their home country, and they won it. Leshukov, good serving. Off the block, really good time to start utilising the block when the ball is set tight. Slight change in the service line from Leshukov. To the middle, off the net, taking Semenov away from the game. Lofted shot over the top. You can see exactly what they're doing there. Semenov is hugging Leshukov 1 minute. Communicating well the next though. Maybe thought his defender should have got his mitts on that one. Beach Volley Vikings await this team in a semi-final. It's going to be a good matchup, whoever they play. The matchup earlier on in the week between Russia and the Beach Volleyball Vikings was a good one. Won by the Beach Volley Vikings, but also be an interesting matchup to see Perusic Schweiner, after winning in Doha, take on the #1 team in the world. Anders Moll and Christian Soren was so good against Guto, and Guto in the first set made some of the best digs that we've seen all week here in Cancun. Well, that's a good dig from Perusic. Tries to go cross line off the outside hand. Well, nothing between the two teams. We know that. 1-1, 5-5. Second change of ends. Perusic. Good glimpse of the court. Davide Clesantini. The first referee. Another back set for Semenov. And we've seen this before. There's a pattern developing in the back set hammer angle from Leshukov. And every break point at the bad end is an absolute bonus. It really is. There's one already. There's still a lot of beach volleyball left in this one, though. From the inside, 2 in a row. We've got deja vu here in Cancun. This is exactly what happened at the end of the second set. Back sets for Leshukov. Blocks for Schweiner this time. Great press. Come front, actually. Service. This time standing down from Perusic. Another reverse set. No block this time. Goes much higher. Czech Republic thought that one was long, but it was in. Russia knew it. Leshukov's hand goes straight down to the floor. The back set again, moving the blocker. Rocking the ball over the top. Russia need a bit of a push here. Leshukov's jump serve could be the vehicle to do just that. But back in system, and there's a hitting error from Perusic. Well, 2 of their head-to-head matches have gone the distance before. Change of ends. Perusic, Schweiner in control, but 3 sets in the bronze medal match in Ostrava. That went the way of Leshukov, Semenov, and also Mersin as well. So far it's Leshukov and Semenov that have won all the head-to-head battles between these two teams. 4 leading 0, and Leshukov is fired up. Every single time he puts the ball to sand, there's a big celebration that comes with it. Wider play, opening up the angles. Using 6 meters of the net to attack. Service error downwind. As you can see the water. And that shape of the water is the same direction as the wind out there today. Serving into that breeze. Perusic, 8-8, nothing between them. A little bit underneath that one. Ball goes out the back. Next game on the show court, Sharif and Ahmed up against Carambula Rossi. What a game that's going to be in the Cancun breeze. Spoke to Carambula a little bit earlier on. Very happy with life out there at the moment. Remember, Carambula Rossi just split up with their coach recently. Looks like they're doing okay. Angles open. Not much angle. But Schweiner will take every single inch of it. Wide play from the inside. Almost the same swing as what we just saw Schweiner take on, but it's a good dig. Wide play. Dummying almost a 2-ball with the setting approach. Takes the blocker 1 step with him before setting to the outside. Good ball control from Semenov. Something that's improved throughout his career. When he started out 2011 or so, you wouldn't have seen him bump set the ball 7 or 8 meters quite like that. Tall off the top of the block. Russia have really dug their heels in here, and they've done a fantastic job. Back to the good end for them. Konstantin Semenov. Oh, close to a foot fault. Obviously not the line judge. Missed it. The ball's gone out the back anyway. 1 point surrendered for Russia. Certainly one of the better games of the day here. Serving on a longer angle. Back set once more. And they know exactly what they're doing here. Perusic and Schweiner. They're making it so difficult for Leshukov to run the back set. He's losing his rhythm. Another back set. This time slightly easier. A little bit more rhythm picked up from the pass, and he's just rushed that one back on the angle. Perusic still moving, trying to adapt all the time from what he's seeing back there. But they needed that one, Russia. Desperately. Still need to find a break from somewhere. Instead of a break, they found an error. 2 missed serves in a row for Russia. Handed the initiative completely to Perusic and Schweiner now, because at this end, a 2-point lead. A change of ends coming after the next point. For Russia, they need this one to stay in touch. Leshukov, who struggled on the left side with the back set, not this time. 2 in a row. Semenov is happy. Leshukov, well, fist clenching. Celebrations from him, just maybe a little bit of relief in there too. Little knuckle back across the body.